welcome to the Varside Pubcast, coming to you all the way from the Varside Arms. I'm Andy, and joining me at our virtual outside table for a drink with their latest buys from Primark and just straight from the gym is Sarah. How are you, Sarah?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. So did you go to Primark today? Were you there at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Absolutely not. You wouldn't catch me there on a good day. I hate people in general, so lockdown's been really cool. I only go shopping when I really have to. Like, I've left it too late to order things online, which does make me a bad person. I'm very aware of that. But yeah, the thought of queuing to get in anywhere, like even queuing to get in at Spurs on occasion, really does my nut in. It's like, well, I'm here. Why can't I just go in?
So you're just a very impatient person, really?
Yeah.
And you don't like people?
I don't like people generally, no. Not strangers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Strangers. Bloody hell. Who needs them? Yeah.
No one.
Right. Yeah, no one. No one needs strangers, do they? No. And how are you, Steve? How are you? Did you went out for a walk today, you said, for the first time in how many years? Was it several years?
0.3 of a year.
0.3 of a year. Bloody hell. That's that's very very decimal.
Yeah, no, it was good actually. Yeah. I mean, I had to struggle to get up. I'd get up at like 5:30 to go for a walk. So it's like a 45 minute walk.
Do they have curfews in Luton then?
Yeah, morning curfews. But no, I try and start work by 7:30. So I had to get back in, jump in the shower at 6:30.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of a chill, and then.
What time do you start work then? If you're getting in the shower
still at 7:30. The 7:30 I just told you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't listen to everything. It's
anything apparently. No. Anything.
Yeah. Anyway, there we are.
And
that was very, very interesting. Anyway, from both of you.
It was, yeah. And I had my football yesterday, so
nice.
At least one win for the weekend.
Yeah.
So my team don't let me down.
No, well, that's right. Anyway, we're also joined by brewer extraordinaire, teacher, actor, and full-on top bloke, Lee Brown. How are you, Lee?
Good. Well, fair to middling, truth be told. Processing it all from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the trouble is nowadays we're kind of over it much quicker than we would have been because we know what to expect, don't we, really?
Our expectations are low, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. It's a real shame, isn't it? But
I don't agree. I can't agree with that. There's loads of people on Twitter that are going, I felt nothing. I'm so I'm so used to it now. This is what Spurs have driven me to it, and numb and all that bollocks. No, that's not me. I was fuming yesterday.
Oh, I was fuming yesterday. Yeah.
I mean, I was like, it took me ages. I'm like, I haven't thought about the actual match until now, and now I'm fuming again. So
I can see it in your face.
I tend to find myself very low first of all, and then process it after a while. Just because I know that if I don't, it's going to ruin my week. So I've just thought I've got to work this through a lot quicker these days. Life's too short.
Yeah, that's right. It's important to get over it as quickly as possible, isn't it? I agree.
I used to be, but I seem to have gone backwards, and I'm back in a place where it is now winding me up again. As in the past I could kind of rationalize it all and just kind of compartmentalize it and just put it to one side, but now I'm just like pissed off now until we get a win. So we need to win on Friday, otherwise I'm just going to be in a really shit mood.
What are we playing Friday? That's how bad I am. I didn't know we were playing.
Yeah.
Everton.
Oh, Everton. Great.
You quite often miss games, though, Sarah, don't you? So it's
the start of games, I get kick-off wrong a lot, especially on a Thursday night. Not that that's a problem anymore.
Mind you, I think some of our players do as well.
Yeah, our players
no, they don't. They don't. They just think that the game only lasts for 45 minutes. The first 45.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we are a team of two halves. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much of that going on. I don't know. I mean, is that, you were saying to me just before we started recording, Lee, that, are we actually suffering from fitness issues?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it seems here actually my internet's a bit unstable, so sorry if I drop out at all at some point. But I think it could be. I don't know if any of you guys remember back to a couple of seasons back or a few seasons back when Mourinho was at Man U. I seem to remember something about the squad complaining that they were unfit.
Yeah, I do remember something about that.
Yeah. And if that's the case, that might explain why they just seem to be like shattered by the second half and everyone can just run past them.
But I don't quite understand that. Why would that be? I'm just trying to work out the reasons why that would be. Because surely he wants his players to be really fit and the players want to be fit. So,
well, the guy he used to have, that Chelsea, he's no longer with him, is he? And he used to fitness.
Rui Faria, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was fitness guru extraordinaire, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And but he lost him a while back, didn't he? Went to do something else. So
that's right. Yeah.
Who knows? We're all guessing, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Really? That's enough.
That's how bad it's got.
Well, that's the point, I suppose, of this sort of stuff, isn't it? Really, to jump to sometimes.
Well, that's why we brought you on. We brought you on because we thought you had the inside track. I mean,
well, yeah.
Well, I know quite a lot of the inside track, but anyway.
Well, that's true, Andy. Yeah.
So let's talk about the game. Let's start, Steve. What do you want to say about the game?
Mate, I don't even know where to start. I mean, as I say, I missed the first 20 minutes. My daughter decided to phone, and I couldn't really say to her, "Look, I want to listen to the game." So, so we had a chat, and then I got in, started to watch the game, and it was just like didn't look great. And then obviously United had that goal. They scored the goal, had it disallowed.
Yeah.
And then we scored, and I thought, okay, fair play. We didn't look like we deserved it as far as from what I'd seen, but I'd take it. So, but then it was all downhill from there. It just, I don't know. I couldn't look at it I was so angry. I couldn't look at it from a tactical point of view. I didn't have any kind of reflections from a tactical point of view. I wasn't actually in the room to see the final whistle. I stormed out of the room on the third goal.
You were fuming.
so angry.
Oh no!
Just crazy. They totally fucked up my weekend. So I was really pissed off. Yeah.
I thought we started the game well, but what did you think, Sarah? What did you think about the start of the game?
Well, I think first of all, going to the starting 11, I looked at it and I thought, wow, other than Dyer, this is possibly our strongest 11. There was a lot of meltdowns over our fullback choices, but I think we all are in agreement that at the moment Aurier is our best right back, and Reggie should be our best left back, although questionable at the moment.
Yeah.
So I was pretty pleased with the 11, and I do like Rondon, and so I was pleased to see him back in. I actually think he's the one that I'd like to see us sticking with unless he needs a rest.
Yeah.
Because he's got the most potential within the squad to actually be here in 3-4 years' time, and have something to build off. But I'm with you. I thought we started okay. I don't think we looked particularly potent, but we certainly didn't. I didn't feel like we were going to concede, and I started thinking, we look like we're going to concede here when United carved out what was or felt like their first chance of the game and took it. And it was at that moment, even though it got ruled out, I thought, shit, we're in trouble here. They've had one chance, one goal. And, it just was same old. As soon as you get at the jugular for Spurs, they're going to crumble. And United didn't even have to try that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It just seems so simple how they cut through us. Yeah. And I must admit, I missed the hand in the face from McTominay onto Son, so I didn't realise that had happened. But yeah, they just cut through us.
Yourself a fan? Call yourself a fan? What were you doing when that was happening?
I think
I didn't notice it till the replay either, to be fair, because I think it was pretty soft. If that was going the other way, I'd be a bit pissed off. I mean, it is a hand in the face, but we all play football.
I don't think it was a hand in the face. I don't think it was a hand in the face. That's the thing, that the hand in the face is kind of like a slower movement.
Yeah.
A kind of slower movement.
But it was
whereas
a flick,
he kind of he just flicked out, and that's the thing. I think I think what's really bad is that they're making out that Son has really sort of play acted and that, but there's times where you see connections that go on, and you don't. There's times where I don't even see a connection. Where it looks like he's brushed a ball or just, and they go, "Well, that's a definite connection. He's caught him there. It's a bit naughty." And I'm thinking, like, what exactly are you watching? And then all of a sudden, like McTominay's actually, he's flicked out a hand, and if I don't, obviously the cameras can't show it well enough, but if in that action he actually catches him in, the way that he's flicked out the hand and the speed that he's flicked out a hand, then it is going to fucking sting.
Because it was that.
I'm not saying
that side of your hand.
It's going to go down like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't hurt or whatever else, but I just also feel like there is a certain amount of contact. It is a contact game, and that's very much changing. And I think that's one of the biggest changes in football in the last 10 years. 10 years that I think is a negative change is, of how soft it's got. And I mean, going back to women's football now, just very briefly, I'll say the one thing I love about it is, you're going to see tackles flying and you're going to see blood and plunder. And, a yellow card tackle in women's football is, a straight red without a doubt in men's football.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And it's just a bit of a shame, in my opinion, that the blood and thunder is coming out of it, because we all love those games, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea. Let's not.
No, you're right. You're right, Sarah.
That side of it.
Just going back to what Andy said earlier, though, you were saying that you were out of the room or whatever you did, and you missed the whole thing. I don't know about anybody else, but I find myself more and more disengaged and looking at my phone or watching a YouTube thing or checking what people are saying. War and Peace, yeah. Or checking what other people are saying on the WhatsApp group and that kind of stuff and interacting with them. And I'd never have done that before.
No.
I was like completely glued. Nobody could even talk to me before.
Actually,
I'd just zone them out.
I had this thing for ages, and I hope I go back to it. But I used to stand right at the TV, right in front of it, and point at players on the pitch where they should be. Just shout at them like I'm in the stadium, like some lunatic at the back. And
get help. Get help.
But now I just kind of sit on the sofa, just flicking through the Reader's Digest.
Well, I worked while the game was on, and why would you choose to do that? Because it's going to be painful and you can't bear it.
Yeah. Well, you actually chose to work.
Yeah, I did. I was like, well, I've got to watch the game. So I actually said to Kelly, who's a United fan, I don't know if I want to watch the game, but I said I'd be on the pod tomorrow night. If I'm going to be in the pod, I kind of need to watch the game. Yeah. So I was like, I know, I've got a really crappy piece of work that I keep putting off. It should have been done about 4 weeks ago. I hope nobody I know is listening. And so I just did it, and missed bits. Like I said, I didn't even notice the Pogba elbow at all. Didn't know until this morning on Twitter. Yeah. I was like, oh, missed that.
So you actually chose to do the most heinous bit of work over watching Spurs.
Yep.
That's how bad it's got.
Well, both are heinous pieces of work. You've got to say at the moment.
What I get paid for.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Oh God.
You get paid to watch Spurs? Fuck me. How does that work? I don't get paid to watch Spurs.
I get paid to do the work on the laptop.
I'll tell you what, Levy won't like that.
Spurs.
Levy won't like people being paid to watch Spurs.
I have to say also that in my Spurs WhatsApp group that I've got, I always start. I'm like a little bit Mr. Negative, so I'm kind of. Right, we've lost this, boys. Just imagine we've lost it anyway. So anything else that happens, then they reel you in. Then I start saying to them, "If you really want this, I think we could we could win this, And they start believing, and then I'm like, "Oh, you."
I'd have been off that WhatsApp group ages ago. I'd have binned you off of that WhatsApp group ages ago. I can't deal with that negative. I know.
It's all self-preservation, though, Steve. Right? Because everyone has a different kind of way of dealing with it. So, from my point of view, I kind of